The streets of Tanzania are no longer quiet. Smoke rises where chants once filled the air, and the cries of families echo through the chaos. Opposition groups are calling it a massacre, claiming that hundreds have died following the country's disputed election. What began as celebrations for democracy has spiraled into one of the darkest chapters in Tanzania's modern history. Videos shared online show crowds running from tear gas, gunfire cracking in the distance, and bodies lying motionless on the dusty roads. The government insists the situation is under control, but witnesses tell a different story, one of fear, blood, and betrayal. Opposition leaders accuse security forces of targeting anyone suspected of voting against the ruling party. "They are silencing us with bullets," one protester told DW News, trembling as she described soldiers storming her neighborhood. Hospitals are reportedly overwhelmed, some refusing to release casualty numbers for fear of government retaliation. Human rights organizations are demanding international investigations, warning that the true death toll could be far higher than reported. The election that was meant to strengthen Tanzania's democracy has instead deepened its wounds. Internet blackouts have crippled communication, and journalists have been detained or forced into hiding. Families search morgues and police stations desperate for answers. "My brother just wanted his vote to count," sobbed one woman, holding a photograph close to her chest. As night falls over Dar es Salaam, the nation holds its breath, wondering how many more lives will be lost before the truth is allowed to surface. International pressure is building as world leaders demand transparency from Tanzania's government. The African Union has called for calm, but critics say statements of concern are not enough. The opposition leader, still in hiding, released a voice message accusing authorities of manipulating the election, results in unleashing violence to maintain power. "This is not governance," he declared. "This is war on the people." Reports from remote regions paint an even grimmer picture. Villages cut off, journalists blocked, and activists arrested. DW News correspondents describe checkpoints manned by heavily armed soldiers, questioning anyone who dares to travel. Social media remains restricted, forcing citizens to rely on smuggled footage and word-of-mouth updates. Despite the danger, protests continue. Mothers march with photos of their lost children, demanding justice. Students chant for freedom, while elders pray that the violence will end. Behind the scenes, whispers of rebellion and reform circulate. Some officials, disturbed by the bloodshed, are said to be secretly reaching out to international mediators. But for now, Tanzania stands divided, between silence and resistance, between fear and hope. The world watches as a nation once celebrated for stability teeters on the brink of collapse. In the dim glow of candlelight vigils, voices rise from the crowd, trembling but unbroken. "We will not be silenced." The question remains: will the truth of Tanzania's election ever emerge, or will it be buried beneath the ashes of its own democracy?